All right, what's going on? What's going on?
What's happening?
Man, we are whipped, but we are here, boy. Let me tell you.
Telling you.
Let me tell you. It has been a gloriously great time. Busy time, about to get even busier. So,
Tis the
yeah,
season.
not complaining at
Tis the
all.
season. Nope.
But man, the older you get, bro, man, if you don't get that right sleep,
Bruh.
that's like
Sweet.
it's like the day is just on you immediately.
Man, I get crankier the more. I don't remember being this cranky, bruh.
You be cranky too,
My
boy.
life, bruh. Everybody be on edge, bruh. They
Everybody,
know.
everybody.
You're like, he didn't get too much sleep last night.
Man, it is crazy, man.
Yes.
But hello, everybody. Welcome to Local Musicians.
XP.
We are still here for your audio and visual pleasure on this Tuesday night, keeping the thing rolling. I mean, we're like literally coming off of multiple events. Again, not complaining at all. But you know, for me, it's like I'm trying to get back into the that leader's mindset, dude. That is like when you don't do it,
You have to worry about so many things.
and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, you realize, oh yeah, I'm in charge of that. Oh yeah, I'm in charge of that. Oh, I'm in charge of that. And it just like never stops. You know, if you do it all the time, it's like it becomes second nature. But
what about talking to people when they show up? They just kind of walk down. You're like, oh shoot, gotta go talk. You know,
I was so preoccupied last night. I talked to Falgu today. He was like, man, you were in the zone last night. You weren't saying anything. I was like, dude, I couldn't think about it. I was trying to, because we hadn't really, you know, I'm sort of testing this concept out. So, and we hadn't really, we hadn't really rehearsed or anything. So it was like trying to just see what was going to happen, and had some seeds that we planted and see what happened. Right. So it was cool, but yeah, so it's just a different thing. But thank you for everybody who attended last night. Very cool event over at Moondog, partnering with our great friend Brian Glussman from the JCC, and you know, we got I think we have many more to come. So but that's an interesting, it was, like I said, it was an interesting just sort of overall, really the last 10 days, something like that. Had the big events out at the Ritz Oconee. We had a Carla Harris concert sandwiched in between all of that, with rehearsals for that. Had some other.
Y'all came out to Red Light, hot as Hades on the stage. Y'all came out to Red Light, played there. Remember?
Oh yeah, because we came over after the thing at the aquarium with with Kenny and Joelle. So we went over there.
Yeah.
And
that was cool that y'all came out though. So but that was the
well, that's like the old days, right? Is when
like
you
that.
get off your gig, you go, somebody else is hitting, you go over there and really just check it out.
Right.
I wish that existed like it did every night, like it used to.
No, it was cool.
You don't even have to want to really sit in. Sometimes you just want to go and hang and listen. So that was
Thursday, Friday, twice on Saturday, Sunday,
and
Monday.
Yeah. Now Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Tomorrow I'll be at Red Light subbing for Robert Boone, who's out of town.
Oh, I'm passing through then.
He was on last week, so yeah. So then we have Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And so Thursday, Friday, we got some good football on, man.
Yeah.
And then Sunday it cranks up with the Joe Granston mini big band and Christmas shows galore. So it's going to be a good time. I'll be studying some charts. I had our brother Brian Andrews came up today. And
really?
Yeah, I was working with him on a couple things and
came over to the crib.
He came over, man. He came over this morning.
Nice, man.
Yep, came over this morning. So so I've got charts to study for some of these upcoming performances and getting back in that reading mode, and it's going to be a lot of fun, man. So, and you got coming up too, brother. You got something coming up, man. What?
I do.
What's the
first thing I have? I'm playing with Lori Williams on
what's the deal?
Sunday. Oh, there's that one right there.
That's what I was talking about.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So the defense, man, I'm working on it already.
You kind of Johnny come lately for you working on it now. You're supposed to have it done, ain't you? You doing
that's done. I'm working on a defense.
You doing your pre, what do you call it? Like when you'd already done a
mock defense.
Mock defense. Yeah. How did that go?
I learned a lot of things about the main thing is taking ownership of your research, So, that was the main thing.
People keep asking me. I'm like, man, it's too long. I can't remember the whole thing. So can you say again what your
I might do better than that. Let's see if I could
you got
a little something. Let me see here we go. Is this it? Okay. I don't know if this is it, but what is this?
Is this the your
can I share a screen?
Yeah.
No, do that.
You can share a screen.
Oh, okay.
Hit the present button, and it should allow you to share
screen.
Your screen.
Okay, cool.
Is that is that the thing that Brian had last week?
Probably not, but
okay.
I'll show it here.
Okay.
You see that?
Oh yeah. Okay.
So extending agency to improvisation students by utilizing corpus tools for the acquisition of jazz language.
Okay, so now for us layman people, what does that say?
Well, basically, the word that probably causes the most problems is corpus tools, and so corpus is Latin for body. And so if you think this is a body of work or body of something, you usually think of it as a database or repository. When you say extending agency, that I'm giving the power to choose something to the student rather than the teacher having it. And then the acquisition of jazz language is basically you're looking at patterns and stuff like that in jazz that they usually use in cognition, but I'm using it for educational purposes. So the problem that we have teaching is probably subjectivity, student subjectivity, or student preferences, right? And if I or you decide to teach your student something, you're going to give them something you're familiar with or something you think that is going to be good for them. So you might choose, I don't know, what solo if you're giving a student something to learn as far as a drum solo, what would you give them to learn?
Just a drum solo.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let me think.
Or what would you tell them to listen to?
It would depend on what their
Level
genre
is.
they're trying to. Yeah. Right. So, it would depend on what their genre is.
Let's say Afro-Cuban. They're just starting off with it. What record or what album would you tell them to, or who would you tell them?
I would say check out Bele Bele by Chucho Valdez.
Right.
Something like that.
All right. So suppose you prescribe that for them and they don't like it. They're like, I don't like the way da whatever.
Mm-hmm.
If there was a way you could search for your criteria and say, okay, the reason why I chose this solo for them because it's very, very simplistic, or it has it's not going against the clave, whatever the excuse
right.
Is, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you could enter that parameter in some type of software program and it picks songs based off of that criteria, then you're like, hey, I don't care what song they do as long as they pick up what I'm trying to get them to do. Okay. Well, that's what this software and this you guys can look it up. I'll put in the comment, but it's Dig That Lick, and it's go to digthatlick.com and go to the pattern search area, and you can look up. You can put in a little melodic phrase using the piano keyboard, or you can put in some integers as well, and that would help you do a search. Maybe when I get a chance while we're talking, I'll pull it up. And
interesting.
It's nice, nice little thing.
Okay, so so that will they can search a certain part or something, or like a
Actually, I'm gonna pull it up right now just because you said that there, brother.
Okay. All right.
And since you taught me how to share my screen and whatnot.
Yep.
So it's pretty cool. I don't think it's been used for it hasn't been used for educational purposes, but it's kind of cool. Here we go. All right, can you see that?
Yep.
All right, so you enter in whatever you want to do. You can see my mouse scrolling, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's say I'm going to put in the first 5 notes of the major scale. I don't know if you can even hear that.
Yeah, I can hear it.
Okay, now I'm going to put the search up to 100%, and then I'll enter it. And see, it also puts in the pattern itself, right?
Okay.
And so I'll do that. It's going to go through these databases, which you see on the side: Dig That Lick, Weimar Jazz Database, Charlie Parker Omnibook, and then there's a folk song database as well.
Okay.
It takes a little time to aggregate because it's going through all of the solos that it has to find that pattern. And of course, if you think about it, that pattern is going to be probably used a lot. So look at all of these. Look at this. All of these things that have songs and artists that have that pattern in it.
Wow.
And then I could press play right here and it'll play it. But it's really fast. You can do it halftime by doing this. Bob Mensler seemed to use it a lot. All right.
Why you calling out Bob, man?
Like Bradford, Marcellus.
Yeah.
I think it's
cool. Wow. This is incredible. Incredible.
Yeah. Look at all the songs. Dexter Gordon, Dizzy. There you go.
So does this only work for keyboards?
They
can you do with all instruments?
So there's a database now for, it's not Pajama, it's something else. It's a trio for bass, drums, and piano that you can look it up. But that would be incredible. A good one too. Yeah. So that's basically what my dissertation is about. Gave a workshop for 2 weeks, taught some students or participants how to use the software. We did
Mhm.
searches, and then I interviewed them about their thoughts about the software and if it did extend agency and if it did help them and stuff. So
Very
uh,
cool.
if they come
Wow.
and find out about the findings, you'd have to come out to my defense or eventually read my dissertation. But yeah.
Now, how long is that going to be, man? Do I need to bring snacks or
Well, my presentation part is 30 minutes. That's me by myself presenting it.
okay?
Then they open up for questions to anybody in the audience
Okay.
and to my committee. Then they go deliberate for 15, 20 minutes, whatever.
Right.
And then they'll come back and tell me if I'm a doctor or not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do I need to go in there and eavesdrop first
Please. You're good at that. You're real good at just
so I can set them
chiming
up
in.
in
Yeah.
case in case we got any. You
Don't
bring
want
it.
no
You got some New
problems.
Orleans. You got some New Orleans folks. Bring it just in case we got any problems, man. You
Yeah.
got some problems.
The New Orleans folks gonna mess it up, bro. We like lead them away, get them away from it, bro. New Orleans folks gonna bring some food to the event. You know how they are.
Don't need no problems, man.
Don't need
Don't
no
need no
problems.
problems.
Got no problems.
So, Mr. Lamatino would like to know: does it work for drums? But
I'll look it up, Lamatina. They might have something for you guys, but I know for right now that Dig That Lick is. But it's you might want to look up a certain phrase and
mm,
see how the drummer responds to it. That might
right,
be
that's
cool.
interesting.
Yeah, put a lick in and then I didn't show you that it shows you the score and everything. That's really cool too. But I'll show that later or whatever.
Okay.
But yeah, it's kind of
Yeah.
cool.
I'm surprised he asked about drums. I was thinking he would ask about pasta. Does it work for pasta? Is there a
Or taxes, the IRS, you know what I'm saying? Maybe.
is pasta recipes is what is I think is really what he's after. So
Right.
all right, cool. Well, guys, that's an open. I will put that back up if anyone wants to attend. This is open to the public. And mark your calendars, December 8th.
Yeah, man. It's gonna be
Yes,
nice.
it's gonna be a lot of fun.
I had fun with the organ stuff, man. That was nice, man. To play the
Oh, there's
blues and
plenty
stuff.
more, man. I got something for you. You can
Got something
believe
for me?
that.
Are you gonna
Oh
make it
yeah.
happen?
Oh, I got something, bro. I'm yeah, I've found a couple of things. So uh we had a couple people ask about Spirit of the Blues, which is what um was performed last night. And so I'm very excited about this project. And I think it's going to take on, and I think it's going to have a few different, a few different forms to it, man, which I think is even cooler because I think it's going to be the kind of thing that every time you see it, it's going to be different. Just based on personnel, based on, the music that's chosen. It could be, basically it's organ trio with a vocalist, and then but it can also I can see where it can take on some other colors as well. So
Yeah.
I've been working on a Facebook page that I haven't released yet, but that will be released here. I'm going to work on it a little bit over the holidays, and hope maybe I'll release that next week. But I want it to be a learning experience as well. So
I was gonna ask about that. How did you come up with the concept about doing an educational part, but not overloaded lecture?
well,
You know what
that's
I'm
what
saying?
the key that yeah. So it's being tweaked right now. It's not. This is only the second time that it's been performed. So, but I was really moved by a lot of the things that we did over the summer with Carla, and through John Harris and stuff that he would set up as far as going to the grade schools, which was my favorite. That was the best. Had so much fun, man, with those kids, you know. But we went to, you know, whether grade school and middle school, high schools, college, whatever, and just sharing our musical knowledge of whatever it was that we you know were presenting that particular day, which happened to just be a little bit of the history of jazz. But one thing that I really am excited about is that I want to finally, because a lot of times, as weird as it may sound, the blues and the jazz get separated so much. I mean, I don't know, have you noticed that, man? It's like, what used to be like this is now has this huge gap in it. And I think some of that is, you know, there's political things behind that. There's also some,
the scene is separated too. The scene is separated.
Well, it's not even, but it not only is it's not even there's nothing that we have in common with each other at this point, which is so strange.
It is very strange.
So, you know, my feeling is, well, I want to try to bring that back together a little bit, but as you said, not hit anybody over the head with either one or the teaching. Just have a nice balance. So it's going to take me a while to kind of figure out with how to kind of do that. But you know, because what's I think is I have experience in both of those scenes. You know, I played with blues guitarist that's what that scene was, and I played with jazz musicians where that's what that thing was. And I've always been like, well, there's so many similarities, but there's so many differences now, because the blues is not in jazz and the jazz is definitely not in the I would say there's more swing in the blues than there is blues in the jazz, if you hear what I'm saying.
Right.
Because they're still using shuffles, they're using the trip, you know, they're still using those rhythms. They're just not interested. They're not interested in the harmony or the complexity of what jazz can bring. So,
and that's why I miss New Orleans, though. New Orleans was different, man, because.
But is it still? Is it still yoked in New Orleans?
I mean, we need to bring Jack Jones on, but I mean, it's like at any given time you are playing a blues gig, a jazz gig, a second line gig, you know, all those things are in it. If you're not going to play it, you're going to be out of work. You know, you can't just play a straight ahead jazz gig and that's it, and not have the blues in it or not have a second line in it. And it's just, when I moved here to Atlanta, and New York is kind of like the same thing. It's just so many specialists. They got so many specialists here. They got some people who only play boogie woogie piano, if you could believe that. You got people who just play the blues. You have people, and I'm sure Chicago wasn't like that. You could play blues and play jazz and all that in the same night with the same cats.
Yeah, a lot of separatism.
It was
still
separate. Okay, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was just much more homogenized in New Orleans, where all the cats played every. I mean, George French and Gerald French's son. I mean, they would play New Orleans style music, but you'd have them on a jazz gig, and they'll be on a funk gig, and then all the stuff they did, you'd see them playing at church too. You know what I'm saying? It's just like. It was everything. So I miss that, really. I really do.
Well, as you know, you're an educator, I'm an educator. You're way more locked into college education and what's going on with university, you know, and I think you know, there's not a lot of teaching musically with, you can only, I know y'all try, but I think that's harder for a kid who doesn't really have any knowledge of blues or any knowledge of like spirituals or anything that's folkloric, to all of a sudden come back to that, because their ear is going to be in whatever the modern vibe is, right? So what I think the blues or anything that's folkloric, it's gonna just sound boring to them. Now, I have had Brandon, was it Brandon or Omar? Brandon, who is your student piano player, who also plays some drums too, right? Brandon plays drums, right?
Yeah.
You know, he did ask me about some blues recordings, and I gave him maybe like 10 blues recordings to check out. Now I didn't hear anything after that, but at least he did ask about it.
Yeah.
You know, but it's not very often that that you really get that interest. Maybe it's something that, you know, they'll come back to it eventually, but I still think it's something that you have to kind of like, I don't know. You have to be in it.
Yeah, they got to be in the environment, man, because man, a blues gig is so much fun. Even just the interacting with the crowd. And I mean, I gotta say, everybody feels the blues, man. I mean, everybody feels it. I don't know what it is. You can be playing the most complex thing in the world, and it could be heady, and people be like, "Oh, that was cool." But when you play the blues, they feel it, man.
Yeah.
This lady told me, she's like, when you play the organ. Now that sounds kind of crazy. So I'm gonna say pause right now. So for all y'all people out there, get your mind out the gutter. This lady said, I felt like every note was inside of me. And I'm like, oh, really? No, I said,
nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I said, wow. I said, I'm glad you were moved like that. She's like, yeah, you know. And so that music really is a felt emotional music, you know. And I think everybody can respond to the blues. So I think those students just need to be in that environment and be like, wow. You know, I was playing that Club Rhythms on Bourbon Street. All my New Orleans people, if y'all know about Club Rhythms, man, it was like, it was a long gig.
That's what it's called, Club Rhythms. I love it.
Club Rhythms, bro. Tourists would come in there, man. And I remember the guy had a gimmick, man. It was genius. We played like this little dirge type blues, bruh. And the guy had a cape on, bruh. And he would walk and he'd have his like tip jar. Like a tip jar was like a collection plate, bruh. And people would come up. As soon as people come up, put something in there, we'd hit, boom, like that. And everybody would jump up. It's like, whoa. They would be like, oh. So more people get in line with more money. I was like, whoever thought about this joint right here? Only but a blues musician would think about these little gimmicky things that translate, you know. You would never do that on a jazz gig, you know?
Right.
Look at Harris, John Harris.
I'll bring that back. Yes, sir.
Thanks, brother.
Yeah, the first blues I didn't go to a blues club until I was maybe 19 in Chicago.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And a friend of mine came up with from Rockford with her family, and they were blues heads. I mean, blues heads.
Wow.
And we went. I kind of wish I could remember the name of the place. I do remember it. I just can't remember. But it was like a legendary Chicago blues place, and and that was the first time I had really experienced. I was like, well, this is kind of like church, you know. Yeah. That's what it reminded me, because it was like people were hollering and moving, shaking, dancing. They was in their chairs, just that whole experience. So that was like, this is need to check this out a little bit, and because at that time I don't really only had heard blues. I mean, I guess I had heard it like on different records and stuff like that, but the closest thing I could associate with was Jimi Hendrix. Well, Church and Jimi Hendrix.
Oh yeah.
And stuff like Red House but I had never, it never really, I didn't really know what all that was about. So
we got a comment right here. The blues is the heart telling the story of the soul's expression of the journey of life.
I love that. It's great. Thank you, David. That's great. Can I steal that? Okay. So,
and he will.
No doubt. It's time to get back to some emotion, dude. That's how I mean, and what's wrong with, I've been like, I got some, like I said, I got something for you because I'm studying my organ stuff, man. I'm studying because even as much as I played it and played with some great musicians that play organ. I can say honestly, I don't know if I was a true student of it. I think I liked it a lot, and I was a natural at it, and have accumulated a lot of the repertoire. Right. I know the tunes and the all the greats, and from Jackson Duff and Jimmy McGriff, huh?
Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh no! I'm just saying.
I'll just go down the rabbit hole. I know.
I need to. There's certain things that I need that I'm like, okay, now I'm ready to like really absorb what each cat was responsible for. Yeah, so, when I played you, was it Jimmy McGriff's Georgia on My Mind or Jack McDuff?
Georgia on My Mind. Yeah.
And his version of that was like, wow. I mean, just ridiculous, right?
Yeah.
Like,
you should have played that Monday night. I thought about it too.
We got plenty of time to do it though.
Yeah.
But you made a comment because there was something he did. You like, man, how did he get the drawbars out so fast?
Yeah, I don't know how he got that joint out so fast.
So all them little tricks, man.
Yes,
so
tricks, yeah.
And we have the perfect mentor in Pat Bianchi, man. Yeah, he's gonna, so it's like, but because you want to do an organ thing too, so it's gonna be different. That's gonna have a different slant to it.
Right.
It's just time, man. I think you just have to do what you're passionate about. I think at the end of the day, you do what you're passionate about. But I just want to study more about each cat and really kind of learn their story. So
right.
So yeah, man, that's where I'm at.
That's good.
Yeah. Just trying to study. But we ain't gonna keep you guys on here too long tonight. We got major stuff coming up. We need to get some sleep. But look, I thought there was was there a question? Maybe not.
Hey man, I got a question for you. How do you approach being a side man opposed to being a leader? How do you approach that? Like what does that take for your preparation, your mental going into playing the gig? What's the difference?
I don't know. I don't even think about it, man. I mean,
when you're the leader, I could be just so fun and free and.
But that's the thing is that, and I think that's what, because I want to keep. That's how I want everybody to feel. I don't want the worst. Is that cat that just has you tight all the time. It's just like a coach. It's like you hear these players talk about every time we got ready to play a big game, we was tight because we just the cat doesn't know how to.
Stan Van Gundy. You know, I'm Van Gundy, bro.
It's like, man, you can't have your players thinking and being tight and afraid to make a mistake and not knowing what they just. You got to be able to just be loose and have fun and you know, it's too late to think now. The gig is here.
Right, exactly.
This is like the game is here. It's too late to think about it.
Right.
What's the immortal words of was it Joe Lovano said? He said, man, if you gotta listen to the music before the gig, it's too late. And there's a lot of truth to that.
That is
man.
so true. Yeah. That's
like
true.
it's too late. It's like
right.
You know, and we get into a habit of you form bad habits, man, of not being prepared for, you know, for gigs and but I just feel like for me, it's just like, man, I would rather make a mistake and it be killing than to play it perfect and it be sad.
You know, Keith David, great actor, told me something, and he says, when you're talented, sometimes you stop giving 100% because your 50% will get you accolades. I was like, whoa. I was like, am I operating in the 50% because it still works?
Well, yeah, but I think that's human nature, man. Like, you know, you can get that it's going to still be good.
But that's not a good practice to have, though, right?
It's not, but we've all been there.
Right.
If you say you haven't, you're lying. I mean, maybe there's somebody out there that just, you know, 100% focuses for everything. I mean, I think when you're younger, you can do that because you don't have as many responsibilities. But as you get older, man,
right,
you got a lot of other stuff going on. So, like, I mean, Sunday, I totally forgot my iPad. Like, I mean, not that I needed it for,
right.
You know, but what did I do? I made sure that I was over to getting my notes together. Making sure, like, you know, okay, what's the, you know, so it wasn't like I just whatever, you know, let the chips fall where they may. I knew where the things that I really needed to focus on. But yeah, it's like, you know, that's another thing. I got to get that iPad game together, man. I got to get that. That's one thing. I got 10 iPads around here.
Oh, bro.
I gotta get that.
Right there, bro.
I gotta get that. I gotta get that because I still like paper.
Right.
It's just for drums. It's just because I don't when you're playing that, you know, switching and stuff like that is
right.
It's just not easy. It's easier to have just, you know, but I want to get
the eye movement joint. You could do like a gesture and they'll turn the page for you.
That's what I heard. Joel was talking about that. Yeah.
You got a comment right here you might want to see. You got this comment you got to see right here.
Uh-oh. You pull it up?
Oh, you want to pull it? I'll pull it up. Here we go.
I can see it. Chris, yeah, Carla's so happy and free in that music. I love it. I had not seen her like that in a long time, in tribute to how you were leading the band. Well, John, I'm trying to teach you guys something. No, I'm just kidding. Look.
John, you just happy she wasn't yelling at you. And me too.
You know, I'm trying to give back, John, is what I'm trying to do. You know, I want everybody to experience fun again. So, you know, that's really what I
John, she was trying to take over, bro. Chris had to let her know, hey, this is not your gig.
She didn't know what to do. She was like,
what?
She commenting on our, those aren't wings. How does a boneless wing? What is a boneless wing? It's like,
are you gonna eat your celery?
Can you just chill out?
Yeah, I was gonna eat my celery, but if you would like to.
But I know how that is because it's like you just been doing your and you have this regimented sort of like, not regimented, but you have a certain way that she does her stuff. So it's like she hasn't done that in a long time.
But also it's the
especially anything that's fun.
But look, I know from my own experience being a band leader that when you get in other situations, you see solutions or you see things and you got to let it go because you got to be like, okay, hey, I can just enjoy this now. I don't have to make decisions. And man, it's the most freeing thing in the world. So John, yeah, I feel it on that one because it's hard to get out of problem solver mode when you're used to doing it and you're effective at it. And Carla's very effective at, you know, figuring out problems, how to solve it, and she keeps score too. So you know you have to be on top.
But
of that.
You know, but we all problem solve on each other because you know the other person might have a lot on their plate. So that's actually helpful.
Yeah. But that's
it's not
being
like
supportive. That's not. Some cats are supportive on a gig. Some cats are on the gig.
Right.
You know, and you depend on those people to be. I don't want to say you're number two, but be your eyes outside of it. You know.
Yeah.
And
I mean, right.
So those people are important, you know, and if you have a bunch of rookies in the band, they should really be paying you because they don't even know enough to help you out. They don't even know how to do things to help you out. So that's why if I ever ran a program, which I intend to do, part of it would be an internship for my students or for the students to go and be a part of a band that they don't have to get paid because they're going to be learning. It's going to be just like the classroom environment, and they intern and play and learn how to do the things. And even a stipend should be coming from the university to pay these people to be in that band. You know, some incentive for these people to use these young musicians. So that's the education right there. You know, so
that's a great idea.
Yeah.
I mean, another thing I like to do is people that are maybe that's all they do is sideman work, right?
Yeah.
And I'll include them on some things because they don't never get a chance to really, you know what I mean? Nobody ever really asks what their opinion is on something, or I leave it up to them. You know, they might ask, man, how you want to just you do what you do, do your thing on it, you know. Be yourself. So I try to be calculated in that way where if a guy or girl maybe they're don't get to ever make any, they're just told what to do all the time and they're doing, so then I will try to maybe include them in on, hey, what do you think about this, or try this, or you know, if you want to do this or figure this out, whatever. Or if I know somebody is constantly in power, I try to give them the release of that, right? And say, all you got to do is just chill and just do your thing. That's it.
You talking to me? You talking to me?
I'm not talking to you. No, you got work, man. But you know, so that's my philosophy, man. You know,
it's my philosophy.
Yeah.
Do what I gotta do.
So, but you know, we'll I mean, I think that'd be a great class to do a leaders class, you know, of tactics, because it is tactical, man. I mean, I think it is.
It definitely is.
And because dude, we both have worked under some rough cats, man. That, you know, you're like, nah, man, I'm good. You know, I'm like, I don't need it. What's the point?
Right.
And I don't even know if they know they're like that, or maybe that's all they know because that's all they've ever dealt with. You know, my thing is if there's something that you don't like about something that has happened to you or something that you've experienced, you have the power to change that for the next person. Like, I don't understand this just passing down bad shit, for lack of a better word. Like, I mean, I know that people get in cycles and all that kind of stuff, but at the same time, like, man, if you have a boss that you used to hate working for, why would you carry that on to into your into your situation? I don't understand that.
Hurt people, bro. So you get hurt.
I mean,
you hurt.
is that like a is that what is that, you know, without getting you know, psychoanalytical about it, is that something that it just, is that what you expect? Is that just what they expect for themselves? So that's what they want to, you know, bring to the table for everybody else?
I think that we are not taught. You're labeled a bad guy if you confront somebody. The confrontation is a part of learning, of education. Like, you have to confront some things. You have to be, but the more you don't confront things, like, I would like, if I ever get fired from a gig, or I get chided or get vibed, I want to know why. If it's something I could control, I would like to know. Somebody told me, hey, Tyrone, you're a great musician, but you show up too late for the gig. That's why I'm letting you go. Rather than somebody just not call me anymore and the cycle continues. You know what I'm saying? So I think that we need to be more vocal about it. And then some people are being coddled. They make bad decisions and it's like, oh, because they're a great player, we're just going to let it slide. And I'm like, that person needs to be challenged as well, you know? So.
But you can't figure it. You don't think you can figure it out?
You should figure it out.
I mean, I'm just saying, that's self-awareness, right? Like,
yeah, but some people are self-absorbed.
Okay, well, that's a good, yeah, that's a whole well, in that case, you know, I pray for you.
I had a friend of mine say he's a bad leader.
Prayers up.
Mentor of mine, man. The late great Greg Dawson, man. You know, we were playing a gig and a lady didn't anticipate that nobody was going to be at the beginning of the gig, so she wanted us to play later, right? So she says, if y'all could stay another hour, I didn't expect for the crowd to not get here yet, whatever. And he says, Miss, that's a problem that you should have worked toward. She's like, this is what you contracted for us. And so she's like, I had so much stuff going on. He says, he's like, everybody got something going on. You want to hear what I got going on? You want to hear what my problems are? He said, I don't think you want to hear, right? So I don't want to hear yours. I was like, whoa. It's like, everybody got something going on. Everybody got problems. I was like, okay, Greg. I just sat back in the cut. I was like, I'm learning right now. And he also said, hey, if you show up before time ready to go, they can't pull no fast ones on you. But as soon as you got one person that's late in the band, then you owe them. They say, well, I need you to play an extra 15 minutes. You got to play an extra 15 minutes. You got to play another 30 minutes, or you don't get the lunch break or whatever you're supposed to do. Now you're at their mercy. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, hey.
That's all true.
Yeah.
That's all true. Now you can be too early too, and they want you to start. Yeah. So that's a little trick you got to figure out.
You, as a leader, you got to tell everybody, hey, let's get away from the instruments.
That's what I just told you. I was like, what y'all doing? I can't remember if it was what night it was, but I was like,
both. It was 2 nights.
Come on. Because they see.
Baccarella messed me up because he walked straight to the guitar, and I was like, oh, we starting? Because he was by you. I thought you told him to go. You said, what you doing up there? We're not ready to start. I was like, man, Baccarella messed me up, man. No. He had a suit coat on like he's about to give a lecture at USC. Come on, bro. Mess me up, man. I don't used to get up here this early on this thing.
It's like, yeah, they can get you on that too. You know, depending on what it is, you can oblige. That can be a good thing, you know.
Right. Definitely. You work with them, they work with you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
especially that magnitude, the first one.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That was an extra night that wasn't in the last time.
Right.
Yeah, now it's in there, you know?
Like whatever y'all want.
Yeah.
I was like, how long did you want us to go? Okay, sure. No problem.
Yeah, we got that for sure.
Yeah. He called me today.
Oh, yeah? Happy?
Nice. So, you know, it's
that's one thing and Joe Granston are really good at, particularly is establishing a relationship with cats. Like I got to take my hat off to him. I don't want to say I'm antisocial, but I don't do enough of that. Just talking to regular people, and Well, I know. I think I do, but
You
establishing
do. I don't at all.
You do.
I have another gift, but it's not that one. I, I mean, I wish I was better at that.
You know how to figure out a job for everybody. Is that what your gift is?
A job for everybody.
Everybody you meet, I see sometimes you say, you know who would be good at that? This person. I met this cat the other day.
I don't know. I never thought about that. Well, I can see. I think I can see. Yeah, I can see what you're talking about. Just like what somebody's like.
You sample people.
What they're good at. Oh, I'm real good. You know I'm real good at that, dude. How many problems I've been in since you know me?
He's like, bro, I know I got this cat that does HVAC work. He's like, I just remember.
Oh, I'm always looking for. I'm always looking for.
So much so, I call you. I say, bro, who you got for this? Who you got for that?
Yeah, car.
Yeah, car.
AC, heating. You name it, man. I'm always on the lookout for that. Right. I told you, I found my boy Luke around the corner. He was out there working on this. I was like, woo.
You went over there.
Go here, see
hey, man, you doing? Welcome to the neighborhood.
Yep.
See, that's the kind of stuff I don't do. I should do more of.
That I definitely will do that for sure.
Yeah.
What you got going on over here? You know? Yeah. But we'll do some. We'll do a leadership. I think we're both real good at that. I think, and that's something because man, that's another thing. Is like people trying to lead gigs that do not need to be leading a gig, man.
No.
I mean, I've seen some really terrible decisions, man. And you know, you can't know everything. Everybody you make a mistake. You're not going to be completely buttoned up, but there's just there's certain like tenets of leadership, man, that I think I'm not quite sure how because I think a lot of great leaders are born. I don't know if you can make a great leader. I don't know if that could that be something cultivated, do you think? I don't know. That's a tough one because
I mean, you say you're gonna do a class on it, so we gotta hope that you could cultivate it.
Well, I don't think it's for everybody.
Oh no, it's not for everybody.
That's so you know what I mean. That's sort of my point. But I think that there's people that when they have those qualities, they should. That's when I think they should try to cultivate those. If you have these qualities, naturally you should try to.
I think a good leader is somebody who knew how to follow and shut up, and just observe. Those type of leaders, to me, are the most effective ones. The ones who are observant and not talking during those situations. Because we have gigs all the time where cats are oblivious to what's going on. They just talk and do whatever. Like, why don't you just be quiet and see what's going on? You know what I'm saying? Then you can figure some things out.
Man, dude.
But it must be nice to just go talk and play your little notes, get your little cash app at the end of the day, and go home and rinse and repeat.
So JH is
oh yeah. John, I will also say Carla has every set list she's ever had since 1976, probably. So she's a little more OCD than all of us. But anyway. But go ahead.
What would be my philosophy on a set list? Is that? Do you think? I think that's what he's sort of. How about you?
He watches Carla Toil over creating her set list. Yeah. Because there is an art to doing a set list. For me, you want to answer first? Or you want me to answer first?
You go first because I'm a little bit more.
When I start with a set list, my idea is that first song is crucial. You got to hit them with something, and that's not necessarily your best song, but it's like it has to have something that draws people in. And then after that, I want to have like either a change of pace, a change of feel, change of emotion, and then I want to break it down to get to some type of ballad and then build it back up again, and then hit them with something really, really hard at the end. And that's it. But you also have to read the crowd too. So I'll have a couple of extras that I can insert or move around based on how the crowd is reacting to things. So in that regard, you really have to think about the audience, and you can look out in the audience and see if you're losing them or not, But I try to make sure. Now, when I played with Larry Carlton, he started off totally the opposite the way I started. Larry started off with a solo piece, him on the guitar, and then he added in members of the group. And it was so effective. I was like, well, it's not my style, but it worked the way he did it because the mastery and the experience that he has. And I was like, wow, maybe one day I'll do that. But that was his order. Maybe it was that particular night. But what he did, I saw the same thing with Pat Bianchi, had this drone sound and started doing the drawbars. And I did a little bit of that joint last night. And I was like, oh, this is cool because I played around with the drawbars. But I thought that was so effective. So setting up a set list, you have the audience in mind. You also have your repertoire online, and also you probably change your direction, change your pace, change your feel so it doesn't get stagnant.
Yeah. I mean, my thing is if you start it too early, you're gonna continue to change it. So yeah. I try not to think about it until it's almost like, I mean, not almost time to hit, but like around that day, even at the show, because sometimes you just want to see what the energy is, and get a feel for maybe how the sound check went, how the band, how everybody's playing, what you, and then ultimately what you're feeling,
But there's other concessions or considerations you have to think of. Does this song have a change from electric to upright bass? Do you have to switch from cajon from drum set to cajon, whatever? Those other considerations. You can't put those keys. Do you have too many songs in the key of F?
Well, I think that's a big one for a lot of the music that we play is when you have songs that are similar, that are in the same key, and you bunch them together,
right? Or similar feel or similar tonalities, two minor keys back to back, whatever. I think that when we did Sunday, Silent Night was just a great way to break up everything, where you went to cajon and came up front. It was just so beautiful. It was pretty. It was nice. It was like a change of pace, change of direction. But would that song work as the first song or the last song?
It depends on what you're trying to get across.
Right.
I mean, I try to always think about I want the audience to have a different experience with every song. So I like the variety of, I try to get different feels. Like I never and if I can, depending on if we're kind of playing one genre, then it's a little more difficult. But for the most part, I want to try to give them a different experience. Even if you change in personnel, you go from the full-size band to maybe you use 4, then you do 3, then you do a duo, then you do, what I'm saying? How I like to kind of, I like that because I feel like it gives the audience a different experience. So I tend to think more around that kind of thing. But I don't think about it too much until it's,
and it just
maybe even at the gig.
Yeah, it just occurred to me as a vocalist, though, when you're dealing with lyrics, you're really cognizant of the story you're going to tell too, because you don't want to
Yeah,
say
that's a great way. Yeah.
I love you and I hate you right after. You know what I'm saying? It's just like it has to have some story that you're telling.
It
And
does help sometimes to have a theme too, right? If you have a
I'm not really a theme person as other people
okay.
who are, but with lyrics, you have to really be cognizant about how you're going to tell a story. You know?
Right. Yeah, and you probably want to kind of. I'm sure there's more with a vocalist that has to be thought about than if you're just doing
right
instrumental music. So
right.
And but I always leave room also for. You don't have to do everything. Like one time I did this gig with this cat. Dude, he wrote out this giant set list, man, and he was following it verbatim. I was like, dude. But this is a cat that never really used to write out set lists. So it was something that was kind of new for him. And he was just stuck in it. I was like, dude, we need to cut, bro. We've been up here for 2.5 hours wearing people out.
Follow that junk. He was going straight through.
It was like, man.
Anything.
So, yeah. Also, her first voice is right. Yeah. You never want to start off. I mean, we talked about that last night. She was worried about singing something real. I said, no, you don't have to sing hard on this. Now, easier said than done because then she wants to take it to
the Ozone.
Take it to the Baptist church on was it Amazing Grace?
I didn't even know she was gonna come in and sing on that song.
Man. So she's like, I said if you want, so I left the option. If you would like to join at the end, cool. So she okay. And then she felt it. So she walked up and she's like, yeah, I'm gonna come in at the end, just for one. And it was perfect. Because she just did it one time through.
Right.
We hit it hard at the end.
Mm-hmm.
And then went into her Happy People Blues. So it was cool,
Yeah.
But yeah, and that's John, I think in that way of her to test her voice and that to me, I don't like to come out gang because if I come out gangbusters, I got nowhere to go. So that's another thing that I think you want to be careful about. Like, because if you come out and you just come out slamming, I don't know if you got. I mean, that's how I feel.
I like to come out with the heater, bro. I like to come out with the
heat. But you come out with the heat, and then it's like,
if the band not ready for that heater, then I'm like, I don't know, I'm in a But if the band hits on it,
where are we gonna go from there? Where are we going from there?
Oh, the energy's there. Though.
I mean, you can have heat, but you don't have to come with the flamethrower.
With nuclear, right?
You don't have to be nuclear with it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
No, I saved that for later, but I got to come out with some heat. I got to come out.
Yeah, because I love coming out in some kind of 6/8 thing or some kind of
right.
Because I like that getting that spirit set up. I think that if I can,
that's cool. I mean, everybody got a different take. I'm not saying
it's a different take.
I like to come out with that energy, the juice is flowing, bro. Right now, let's see where we at. Let's see what's going on.
And hopefully you ain't had no coffee.
So or Marcus, shout out to Marcus.
Or Marcus Williams on the gig having some caffeine, dude. No.
Oh, bro, that was the funniest and the scariest thing at the same time, bro. I'm on the guitar, bro. I'm about to play. All of a sudden, Marcus. My boy goes.
He said he got excited.
He said he got excited, bro. He said, shouldn't have that espresso when I came on. I said, Marcus. Bro, I cut the whole thing off. I was like, this is not going to bode well. Can we start over, fellas? Let's start over. Man.
All right, y'all. We had a nice little discussion. We're going to go ahead and cut it off for tonight. I gave Falgu the night off, man, and he actually took it. See, I gave him. I was trying to see how low. I was trying to see how hardcore he was, but I can see
Man, he got video and everything. He's hardcore, bro.
Yeah, he is. He got some. He sent me a little bit today.
Was it good?
He got some documentation.
Okay.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, okay. It was good. So let's see. Red Light tomorrow night. You got, what do you have? You have something else?
St. James Live on Sunday with Lori Williams.
We're doing the tree lighting up in Canton on Saturday. If you live up in Canton,
nice. Dan Bears who step up.
Dan Bears who can ride his skateboard over. But we will be doing a tree light and getting the holiday festivities going on Saturday with Joe's band up in Canton, Georgia.
Andy Ulaw, I think he's in Canton too. Andy, the bass player.
Man, I haven't seen that cat, man, in a minute.
Pull up, Andy.
Seen Andy in a second, man. Yeah. So,
and Red Light tomorrow, right? You said.
It's probably gonna be packed because of the holiday. Everybody's off.
Yeah, fellas, get out the house before the Thanksgiving meal gets started. You got to do a lot of honeydew, so come out Wednesday night. Get your little taste.
Hopefully, you don't have to get that part for that stove. You in trouble. You need to get your stove not working, and you need to try to get a part. And you coming in tomorrow, you in trouble. I'm telling you.
Trouble. Just set that microwave.
Man, air fryer, man.
Air fryer.
Air fryer.
Air fryer is gonna be out too. They gonna
light the grill, right?
They gonna be going too, bro.
Catch me in store, look for air fryers. They all gone.
Oh god, dang.
Oh man. Well, thanks, guys. We will see you all next Tuesday, I believe. Yes, next Tuesday.
Yeah.
All right. See y'all. Bye. Peace.